80% of the workforce only gets 1% of attention from tech entrepreneurs. 80%, that's a lot. That's 2.7 billion people. These 2.7 billion people are distributed workers, and the International Data Corporation forecasts that the U.S. distributed workforce will grow exponentially in proportion to office workers. This gap is enabled by technology and fueled by the pandemic. These shifting work dynamics create blind spots and larger gaps in business information. Majority of distributed workers are on the move, requiring flexible technology solutions to stay connected. The lack of adequate technology forces workers to turn to manual and paper-based methods, resulting in latent, incomplete, and inconsistent reporting. Let's take a closer look at this problem. Today, 1.5 billion people wrote on a piece of paper their name, the date, and the time they arrived just to show they were at work. That's 4.5 billion pieces of handwritten information that is now a poor admin's job to manually enter into a computer. Meet Sam, the poor admin that has to do it. He is an environmental health and safety coordinator for an enterprise construction company. He is required by both OSHA and NFPA safety guidelines to account for each person on site at all times in the event of an emergency. This is Sam's huge binder and magnetic in-out board, the only tools he has to ensure everyone on site is accounted for. Each week, Sam spends 3 days manually entering a minimum of 3,160 data entries from his huge binder for the 79 people on his worksite. Sam works for a company that has almost 17,000 employees, over 15,000 subcontractors, and over 5,000 site visitors on a worksite each week. That's 37,000 people recording a minimum of 8 data points a day, resulting in 1.5 million manual data entries a week. Most of these enterprise companies use a core HR system like Workday. It's the big stainless steel industrial strength system that you want for the back office. But where Workday falls short is in the last mile experience. The problem is these back office systems are desktop native and don't effectively meet the needs of frontline workers like on Sam's worksite. This last mile is where it's critical to make it easy to capture the data that's important to their organization and capture data in a way that's intuitive for users so that the data is higher quality and results in better insights for the organization. To meet the needs of the 1.5 billion people that use paper to check in today, the last mile experience needs to be nimble with flexible data capturing technologies. A recent article by McKinsey & Co. states that COVID has accelerated organizations' digital transformation by a magnitude of years. In a recent study published by Emergence, the leading VC in distributed workforce investments, they found that 82% of companies are planning to spend more on their frontline workers. So to recap, we have a huge market. 1.5 billion people still use paper for basic workflows to cover the last mile data collection. We're also at a tipping point. COVID has accelerated digital transformation. And last, they're ready to buy. 82% of organizations have planned budgets to buy now. With Toolr, Sam can efficiently cover the last mile data capture for workers on the move. We're a mobile native solution, cloud-based, and innovating in ways to provide flexible data capture and better data resolution of frontline worker activity. Now imagine, what if workers just had to tap a big button on a tablet or phone, instantly capturing all the data a company needs? This data is then instantly updated on the digital in-out board mounted on the wall, as well as all other phones, tablets, and computers connected via the cloud. What if during an emergency, Sam just had to grab the iPad off the wall on his way out the office door, or use his phone or a device from a coworker? The data is stored securely in the cloud and can be accessed from any device, anytime, anywhere. What used to be 3 days of data entry is now just a push of a button for Sam. He not only reclaimed his time, but also has peace of mind in knowing he's fully covered during emergencies when needing accurate information on demand. And this is Sam's binder. It's now collecting dust somewhere no one cares about. Now we have something special to announce for Pi Demo Day. We are rolling out our messaging and people experiences in the app. With Toolr messaging, people can send messages that are workflow relevant. Another unique attribute is the ability to mark messages as acknowledged. This is critical when messages are important and time sensitive, adding a layer of accountability and transparency for workers on the move. With our messaging platform, we'll be able to capture and process contextual data. For example, imagine a worker messaging a manager, "Hey Sam, forgot to clock out at 4 when I left the downtown location." Using artificial intelligence, we'll be able to analyze this message and prompt the worker to submit a pre-filled report to Sam for a one-click approval and documentation. Also, we're rolling out our people's experience, which will have unique views like roll call, where Sam can quickly identify who isn't accounted for in emergencies, give them a call, or identify and contact their manager for more information. Next, we want to further leverage proximity technologies to automate worker and equipment tracking. With GPS and machine learning, the Toolr worker of tomorrow won't have to engage with an interface at all. They can instead focus their time on what matters most to them. As for us, we're a team of change agents. We're determined to revolutionize the way people work. I first owned a construction company of distributed workers. This inspired my leap into technology. Then I founded an app development agency, and over the last decade, I've helped develop over 100 mobile app platforms, hosted a top-rated podcast with global thought leaders in mobile tech like DocuSign, Evernote, SAP, and this month I was just named one of the Forbes Next 1000. My CTO, Ryan, at one point oversaw large enterprise construction projects. He's a serial entrepreneur. He owned an event company overseeing 30 remote workers at any given time, and he's also been a full-stack engineer for over 15 years. Our VP of engineering, Jason, competed in robotics competitions, geeks out on mechanical engineering, and has been a full-stack engineer for over 18 years. And our lead backend engineer, Caleb, has been a backend engineer for over 22 years and just received his master's in computer science with an emphasis on machine learning. We also have a deep bench of extremely talented contractors we consider our extended team that we tap into when needed. We have over 1,000 active customers, $30,000 in monthly recurring revenue, 5% month-over-month growth, and we're just starting to monetize our user base. We're seeking to raise $1 million on a convertible note to help us reach 1 million ARR by Q2 next year. Soft circled around $600,000. I've personally invested $150,000 into this company, and earlier this year we won the OTBC Beaverton Challenge, receiving a $25,000 note. At Toolr, we're on a mission to help people unlock value from their data and reclaim their time with intuitive, next-level workflows. Join us to help transform the way people work. Thank you for your time.